It's a plenty good thing we ride this way.
Pancher's scaring the line away. Are you an outlaw?
My friend and I are on the side of the law. This mask is a symbol of justice. You know, these woods can be full of danger. Are you here all alone?
Uh-huh. I'm Robbie Talbot. Mom and I live just down the valley. I was looking for a Christmas tree. That one there. I started to get it when the lion came.
But isn't there someone who can help you?
Only Mom. I'm the man of the family. I know it's 2 weeks before Christmas, but I thought I'd get the tree decorated early. Might cheer Mom up a little.
Well, it's a fine tree. Suppose we help you.
That plenty big axe for a little boy to handle.
Oh, I can handle it all right. But I guess he wouldn't mind if you helped.
Right, boys.
Mom's sure gonna like this tree. I just gotta make this the best Christmas she ever had. Gosh, it sure looks easy when you do it.
Come on, Robbie. Let's head for your ranch.
Let me show you. This is where Pop did some of his work. I used to help him carve on the smaller things. My Pop's the best saddle maker in the whole West.
Well, I'm sure he is, Robbie.
Maybe you met him someplace, huh? Ben Talbot?
Robbie, please.
He's been in about every mining town in the state.
We never hear of him.
He's going to be home for Christmas, isn't he, Mom?
Well, perhaps, Robbie, but don't count on it.
I guess that'd be about the best Christmas present we could have. And we wouldn't care if he never found any gold, as long as he came home.
Son, why don't you take care of our guest horses? I'm sure they could use some water and maybe some oats.
Sure, Mom. I got so busy talking about Pop, I clean forgot my manners. Be right back.
Sure, son. You're very proud of Robbie, aren't you, Mrs. Talbot?
Oh, I am. You know, if it weren't for Robbie, well, there are times I don't think I could go on.
You feel better when husband get back.
Well, that's just it. I know Ben won't be home for Christmas. I think Robbie knows it, too, but he's just trying to cheer me up.
Has Mr. Talbot been gone long?
6 months. Oh, I've prayed he'd give up this crazy search of his, but, well, it's gone on too long. I'm sure he's afraid to return home a failure.
Him want gold that bad?
Oh, I'm not blaming him, really. After all, he's doing it for me and for Robbie, but it's become so important to him. I sometimes wonder if he's forgotten the things he left behind.
Gold fever does strange things to a man, Mrs. Talbot. Do you hear from him at all?
Well, the letters don't come very often. He moves from camp to camp, you know. Oh, he tries so hard to be cheerful, but, oh, I know how it must be for him. At this moment, I have no idea where he is.
Has he given up his business completely?
Yes. Ben's always had the idea that unless he was rich, Robbie and I wouldn't be happy. Oh, he's so wrong. All we ever wanted was to be together and to be a family.
Boys say him saddle maker. There's plenty need for men like him.
I know. Well, if only he would realize that we love him for himself. You know, all Robbie dreams of is to be as good a saddle maker as his father.
Your horses are watered, masked man. And gosh, that stallion of yours is really something.
Thanks, Robbie. I think we'd better be on our way.
Mister, I have something for you.
What is it?
It's a leather watch case I made for Pop's Christmas present. I was going to surprise him, but now, would you like to have it?
I'd like it very much, Robbie. Thank you.
And if you ever see my Pop, would you tell him, please tell him, that Mom and I love him, and we sure do miss him.
Thank you.
What do you think, Kemo Sabe?
Ben Talbot has a misguided sense of values. He's lost, Tonto. If he can't find himself, maybe somebody else ought to try.
Boys say if Father come home, it's the best Christmas present he and Mother ever have.
We're going to try to make that wish come true. Come on. Any luck in Gold River?
Ben Talbot gone almost 2 months. Him not have many friends. People say him always keep to himself. Him have bad gold fever.
Could you find out where he went?
Them think maybe him go to town name of Anderson. Their new gold strike there.
That's about 30 miles from here.
What do you say to Ben Talbot when we see him?
Well, I don't know, Tonto. We've got to find him first. Let's move out.
This ghost town, Kemo Sabe?
Ghosts don't make music, Tonto.
Stand right where you are.
Well, please don't be frightened. We're not outlaws.
Why'd you come here?
We'd like to ask you a few questions. We're looking for a man who used to live here.
There ain't nobody left in Anderson but Martha and me.
Our name's Hannah. Like my husband says, we're the only ones living here now.
Others all gone?
They left when the gold vein ran out about a month ago.
Fools, all of them. Looking for something they ain't never going to find.
Well, I agree with you, Mr. Hannah. That's exactly why we're here. Oh, I'm sorry if we interrupted you.
Oh, no. Josh and me were just singing some Christmas songs. It's kind of a regular habit with us at Christmas time.
Why you not leave with others?
Because it's our home, for one thing. We had a boy. He's buried on a little hill outside of town. Got killed by a miner that went crazy with the gold fever.
Josh and me are getting on in years. Our needs are simple. We'll be happier here in Anderson.
It's kind of nice here. Peaceful like. Nobody fighting and yelling over gold. Just Martha and me and our boy. Together at Christmas like it used to be.
You said you were looking for someone?
A man named Ben Talbot. We understand he lived here in Anderson a few months ago.
Yes, remember, Josh? That quiet fella stayed down at the boarding house.
Oh, yes, I remember. Seemed like a nice enough sort. But there was always something kind of strange about him. Like something was eating at his insides, driving him on.
He was looking for gold like the others, but somehow Ben was different.
Well, if he hadn't got mixed up with the Stark brothers, why, he might have turned out all right Sunday.
The Stark brothers?
Oh, there are a couple of real bad ones. Always causing trouble. I wouldn't put nothing past those two. Had a couple of robberies here in town. Folks thought maybe the Starks done it, but they never could prove it.
When the vein ran out, Ben left town with the Starks.
You hear them say where them go?
Well, Bear Creek, most likely.
That's quite a ways, mister. You aren't planning to ride tonight, are you? We've got a whole town full of rooms here.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Hannah, but I think we'd better be going.
You're real anxious to find Ben, ain't you?
Yes. We appreciate what you've told us. You've been very kind.
Good luck in your search, mister, and Merry Christmas to both of you.
The same to you folks. Merry Christmas.
Go on, Martha, play some more. Play the one our Jim used to like. The angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay their sheep on a cold winter's night.
What did you find out, Tonto?
Bank in Danville robbed by 3 men. 2 Stark brothers were recognized.
Was the third man Ben Talbot?
I may not know, Kemo Sabe. Posse already followed them. Sheriff think them take direction of Anderson, but him lose trail.
Maybe we'll have better luck.
Trail of Talbot take us to many town. You think maybe this time we find him?
Tonto, I'm sure of one thing. The man with the Stark brothers is Ben Talbot, and we do find him. He won't be spending Christmas at home. Come on.
We lost the posse for good, all right. Better hole up in Anderson for a day or so. Nobody'd think to come looking for us there.
Yeah, look over there.
If they're after us, we'll fight them off from town. Come on.
Stark brothers. They robbed a bank in Danville. We trail them here. Where's your wife, Mr. Hannah?
Down by the old cafe. She's safe enough. Is Ben Talbot with them?
We not know yet. There's one other man.
Got to figure a way to get over there.
Hey, there's a back door to the hotel. Leads right into the lobby.
Tonto, keep me covered. I'm going over there.
Man's on this side of the street. I can't see him now.
He ain't got a prayer getting in here. Not against 3 guns.
I don't like this, George. It's too quiet out there. Something's gone on.
If you're so worried, why don't you go out and take a look?
That isn't necessary, mister. Now drop your guns.
Look, mister, you're wearing a mask. Maybe we can make a deal. We're carrying a lot of gold in our saddlebags.
I don't wear this mask to cover criminal acts. Save your pleas for the judge. Now outside.
Well, doggone if he didn't get them all. Yep, it's them Starks, all right.
Hold it! Tonto, keep them covered.
Him be all right.
You sure done a bang-up job getting these fellas. But it looks like your search for Ben Talbot ain't over.
What do you mean?
Well, that sure ain't him.
Are you positive?
Yep. That ain't him. I thought sure Ben was riding with you, no counts.
He was, Pop, but he ain't no more.
What happened?
As soon as he found out we were planning a robbery, he pulled out. Told my brother first off he wouldn't be no use to us.
Where Ben Talbot now?
Still looking for gold, I suppose. Last we heard, he was in Cyril, little gold town north of here.
How long ago was that?
Last week.
Tonto, you take these men to the sheriff in Danville. You'll find the gold in their saddlebags.
You going to Cyril's with the mask on?
Don't reckon I will, sonny.
It's like I said, he tried to jump my claim. Ain't no man big enough to do that. I had to kill him.
Howdy, gents. Like to get a little information.
What are you going to pay?
Just looking for a fella. Thought you might know him.
Mind at that, old-timer. But you still got to pay.
Ain't gold. Guess what'll do, huh?
What's the question?
Looking for a fella named Talbot. Ben Talbot. Know where I might find him?
Might know just where he is, too.
Robbery. That's what it is. All right. Where'll I find him?
Right over there, pounding that stake in front of his tent.
Young whippersnippers always picking on an old-timer. It just ain't justice, that's all. Hey, Ben Talbot.
Yeah?
Like to talk to you a bit.
Oh, look, mister, I'm busy. Go talk to somebody else.
Ain't anybody else who want to talk to you, son.
Like I said, I'm busy.
Too busy to talk about the wife and little Robbie?
What do you know about them? Has anything happened?
Nothing like that. Just thought you'd like to hear about the family.
What? Sure. Come and sit a spell.
Thank you.
How come you happen to be at my place?
Oh, just passing through. Horse got a little tired. Wife and boy gave me some water. That's sure a fine woman you got there, Ben. And that boy of yours, he's something to be proud of. Of course, don't have to tell you that, do I?
Are you sure they're all right?
Ain't sick. They sure ain't got anything to dance about.
What do you mean by that?
Well, now don't get me wrong, Ben. I ain't trying to pry. That family of yours is sure lonesome.
Well, don't you think that's my business?
Sure it is. Just thought you'd like to hear from home. Ain't having much luck finding gold, are you?
I'll strike it one of these days.
When you do, Ben, think it'll make you happier?
I can give my family everything. All they've ever wanted.
All I want is you, Ben. You ever think of that? By the time you find what you're looking for, that boy of yours is going to be all grown up. Best part of having kids is watching them grow, develop into something you can be proud of. Too bad if you miss that.
How come you're so interested in me? You're a prospector. You ought to know how it is.
Yep, reckon I do. You ain't the first man to leave his family and go looking for gold. Sometimes a fella waits too long. Gets too late to go back. Ain't too late for you, Ben. You can still be home by Christmas.
Yeah. A failure.
Depends on what you call a failure, Ben. Those men back there, fighting, killing, full of greed. When they do strike it rich, they gotta fight just as hard to keep it. Is that what you want, Ben? You want your wife and boy to live that kind of a life?
I thought about all that. I've even tried going back. I must admit the glitter of gold has become a bit tarnished by now, but how can I face them? I want them to be proud of me.
They are proud of you, Ben. Proud that you're a saddle maker.
You know about that?
Yeah, sure do. Your boy told me. Oh, say, plumb near forgot. Made this himself for your Christmas present.
Robbie made this?
Sure did. Mighty proud of you, Ben. Said he wanted to grow up to be just like you.
It is a beautiful piece of work. Quite a boy, isn't he? Imagine him making this for me.
Still a couple of days left before Christmas. Ben, you can be home by Christmas Eve if you wanna. Merry Christmas.
Lunch is about ready, Robbie. You want to wash up first?
I'll get that wood in first, Mom. Be kind of nice to have a fire on Christmas Eve. Mom! Mom!
What is it, son?
Look, Mom, look! He's coming home! Pop!
Merry Christmas, son.
Merry Christmas, Pop!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ben.
I knew you'd come home, Pop. I just knew it.
And I'm home to stay this time, Robbie. And that's a promise. To my family and to the Lone Ranger.
This here spot ought to be all right, Clint. I'll ride over to them trees there a ways. Train ought to be stopping right about there. Now, you all put them signal torpedoes on the tracks like I showed you. It's got to be done right so the engineer figures it's the real thing. Oh, now, boy, you ain't scared, are you? Oh, don't be. You just do like I told you and you'll be all right. I'll have that Yankee in my rifle sights just like I've been planning, for both of us. You and me's gonna get even, Clint. That's the way we want it, ain't it? For what they done to us? Yeah.
Shots, Kemo Sabe.
No sounds louder than that. Come on. Tonto, go after those men. I'll try to stop the train.
Reckon that does it, Frank. Anything else you all want to put in the report to the Home Office?
No, that should take care of it. Well, put Hank Rowe in the cab on number 7. Tell him to get it started. We're behind schedule already.
Yes, sir. Well, Tonto, what'd the doctor have to say?
The engineer not hurt bad. Him be all right.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Whatever those men were, they meant business. That attack was well planned, even to using signal torpedoes to stop the train.
Oh, it's probably some disgruntled passenger not satisfied with the service I've been giving.
You're a brave man, Frank, and your war record proves it, but this is no laughing matter.
I know that, my friend. I appreciate your concern. But I've been shot at too often to be frightened now. Besides, I've got a railroad to run.
Frank.
Win Hark.
What's wrong, Kemo Sabe?
Trouble just rode in, Tonto.
them fellows, Mr. Miller?
One of them, Ed. The big one. I'm afraid you're right about this not being a laughing matter.
Harky, plenty bad, Kemo Sabe. You want me to watch hotel?
Yes, Tonto. If they head this way, warn us immediately.
And you say Harky was one of Quantrill's raiders?
One of the most vicious of the pack. They weren't soldiers, they were renegades. I commanded the federal force that wiped them out in Kentucky. Harky swore then that he'd get me.
Then he must have been the one that shot at you on the train.
Looks that way. But I can't figure why he'd be riding so openly into town.
Well, I thought Harky still was in federal prison.
So did I. You think he escaped?
I don't know. But I intend to find out.
Wait a minute, I'll go with you.
Just a minute, Frank. Sorry with you, Tonto and I would like to handle this.
Look, my friend, you and Tonto have fought enough of my battles. Why, without you two, there wouldn't even be a Miller's Junction.
Yeah, and the folks in this town ain't never going to forget that either.
Well, we're glad we could help. I know you don't need anyone to fight your battles, Frank, but we'd like to take Harky without any gunplay if possible.
Well, all right. If you think that best, but be careful.
It sure feels good to get out of the saddle, don't it, kid? One thing about these Yankees, they sure know how to build soft beds. Almost as soft as their heads, I reckon. Hey, what are you so jumpy about, kid? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about us being up here. We're as free as a Georgia sunshine. Nobody knows it was us that stopped that train. And we're gonna enjoy this northern hospitality until we finish what we came here for. And there ain't no hurry about it neither. No, sir. We're gonna let that Yankee major squirm a little, eh, boy? You all right? Ain't nothing hurting you, is there?
Move easy, Harky.
Ain't that exactly what you'd expect in a Yankee town? Busting in on a couple of peaceful men? What's on your mind, boys? If you come to rob us, you're out of luck. We southern fellas are real poor.
We haven't come here to rob you.
Then what are you here for?
Just checking. You're a long way from prison, aren't you?
That any of your business?
Let's keep criminal our business.
You're working on the wrong information, man. I've been released.
He's right, Tonto. It's a legal parole.
Then why you come here?
Any law against a man riding where he wants?
This peaceful town, Harky.
Due to the efforts of Frank Miller.
Miller? Who's Frank Miller?
Let me refresh your memory. He's the major that captured you when you rode with Quantrill.
That right? He's here in town? Well, what do you know? It's a small world, ain't it?
Someone tried to kill him just this morning.
Well, looks like a lot of people don't like Yankees, huh, Clint? Clint and me here hates them. We hate them deep down and always will for what they've done to us.
The war is over, Harky. Frank Miller only did what he had to do as a Union officer.
And now, that's very nice. Me and Clint here's going to do what we got to do, too.
It's peacetime now. Men have to forget their differences. Work together. I don't agree with what you did with Quantrill. You're free now. Give yourself a break. Forget the past.
I ain't never going to forget the past. And I ain't going to let him forget it neither.
What about you, son? What hold is this man over you?
He? My brother, that's what.
Is that any reason to make him like you? Maybe he thinks differently.
Clint and me thinks the same on everything.
What about it, son?
He ain't going to answer you, mister. He ain't going to answer nobody ever. A Yankee's bullet took care of that. Went clean through. He's been in the hospital ever since the war, and from now on, he's thinking and feeling just like Art tells him to. Ain't that right, Clint?
Other men suffered from the war, Clint. Men on both sides. That's how war is. But that's no reason to carry your hate.
What do you want him to do, thank him? Maybe he should get down on his knees and say, "Thank you, Mr. Yankee. Much obliged for shooting my throat to bits so I can't talk."
I don't suppose there's much that'll change your mind, Harky. Hate like yours runs pretty deep. But don't try to drag your brother down with you. Give him a chance.
Like the Yankees did, maybe? They fixed him up good. They fixed him up so he ain't fit for nothing. Can't talk, can't hold down a job. He's just plumb useless, to himself or to anybody. Useless. If it weren't for me, he might just as well be dead, and he knows it.
That's not true, and you know it. He's got 2 good arms, 2 good legs, and a mind.
You bet your life he has, and he's going to use them, too. Doing just what Art tells him to.
And you'd better tell it to him straight. If anything happens to Frank Miller, the both of you will answer to me.
Oh, now, boy, You didn't let any of that hogwash get to you, did you? Look, Clint, you and me's gonna do all right. And I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you if you just do like I tell you to. You hear? You all hear?
Got a match?
Well, I'm fresh out, partner.
Hey, fella, got a match? Got a chaw, maybe. Where you from, stranger? You're kind of unfriendly like, ain't you?
Where we come from, bub, man asks a civil question, he expects a civil answer.
Looky here, boy. I'm just as stubborn as you are. I don't cater to being snubbed. I'm going to get an answer out of you if I've got to shake it out of you. Talk.
Come on, talk! Kemo Sabe.
Hold it, mister.
You stop.
You all right, son? What's this all about? Ask him. Maybe you can get an answer out of him. We couldn't. He can't answer. He was injured in the war. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. I didn't know.
Me too, partner.
Don't think too harshly of them, Clint. It was thoughtless, but not intentional. I'd like you to do me a favor. I want you to give me a chance to prove that your brother is wrong. I want to talk to you alone. No, your brother doesn't have to know. We'll meet just east of town by the big tree. I know you've had a tough time of it, Clint, but you've only lost your voice, not your reason. I think I can help you if you'll only give me a chance.
He won't let you nothing, mister. Not if I got anything to say about it. You just leave him alone. We don't want nothing to do with you, do you hear? Come on, kid. You think him listen to you, Kemo Sabe?
I hope so, Tonto. I'll know this afternoon. Silver, looks like he isn't coming. Hello, Clint. I'm glad you decided to give me a chance. I'm going to try to show you a few things. All you have to do is look. The decision is yours. All of that was once a barren desert until the railroad came. The railroad brought people, machinery, tools for making things grow. Frank Miller was the man behind the railroad here. Built some of it with his own hands, some of it with borrowed money, all of it with his heart. He worked shoulder to shoulder with men who were once his enemies. Frank Miller is the man your brother wants to kill. See those two ranchers there? I met them once. One of them was a Confederate captain, the other a Union corporal. They've joined forces now in a common cause. Feed their families and to rebuild a torn country. It's the same everywhere, Clint. Hatred and bitterness brought tragedy to this land. Now, with God's help, goodwill and tolerance are repairing the damages. Those farms were made by good neighbors. Yanks, Rebs, working together for the good of all. It's the only way, Clint. Believe me. Clint. Just one more thing. There's someone in here I want you to meet. Oh, Frank, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Clint Harkey. Clint, this is Frank Miller, the man I was telling you about.
Pleased to meet you, Clint.
I'm sorry with you, Frank. I'd like to show Clint around a little.
Not at all. Glad to have you.
Thanks.
Hey, That's our signal, and Ned isn't here to take the message. Say, my friend, you...
Clint, do you know Morse code? Might be important, son. Take it down.
Well, doggone, it's about time I got a little help around here. You know, I've been telling you, there's too much work around here for a little old boy from Mississippi.
Always complaining.
Ed, shake hands with Clint Harkey.
My pleasure, son. Understand you're all from Georgia. Well, I always said Mississippi was the garden spot of the South, but I got to admit it's real nice in Georgia, too.
This is a confirmation from an order up north. Much obliged, Clint.
Ed, lucky for you, Clint was here.
Well, it takes us Southern boys to show 'em how it's done, eh, Clint? Say, where'd you all learn the code? Oh, yeah, I know about your injury. Well, just tap it out for me there with the pencil. Oh, in the Army, huh? Well, say, you know, we sure could use you around here. Yes, sir.
What about it, Frank? Job open?
Sure it is. How about it, Clint? You think you'd like it here? A lot of real nice folks in this town.
Clint. Wait a minute, Clint. Can't you see how wrong your brother is? There are a lot of jobs you can do. Honest jobs. Think it over, son. You've got your whole life ahead of you. It can be a good life. Got your whole life ahead of you, Clint.
He ain't fit for nothing. Can't talk, can't hold down a job, plumb useless.
You've only lost your voice, not your reason.
You and me gonna get even, Clint, for what they did to you.
Forget the past. Forget the bitterness.
He can't do nothing.
It can be a good life.
Can't do nothing. Come on, boy. Wake up. We got things to do. We got us a little old Yankee major to kill. Yes, sir, we let him squirm just long enough. Today we're gonna do what we come to do, and it's gonna be a real pleasure. Yes, sir, a real pleasure. What's the matter, kid? Come on, what's on your mind? No? No what? You mean you're out? I could see it coming. Last night I could see it coming. You can't talk, so you let your conscience do it for you. Well, let me tell you something. That masked man may have put a bug in your ear, but you can bet your life it ain't contagious. That Yankee major's gonna get himself killed today. And you, mister, you better get your horse and ride out of town fast. Why, you... I hope so, Tonto. Clint. How's the arm? All fixed up?
I told the doc to do an extra special job on him. Got to take good care of my employees.
We're sorry about your brother, son. But you know, a man just can't live with bitterness like that.
We've got a big job ahead of us here, Clint. I'm very glad you're going to be part of it.
And you're going to have a lot of friends from now on, too.
And you know something, Ed? I think I know who's going to head the list. The Lone Ranger.
Kemo Sabe, come, quick. Look. Him go toward Fort Picacho, but him take Winter Trail.
You'll never make it. Come on. It's a girl.
Fire getting low, Kemo Sabe. Me get some wood.
I'm all right now. My horse was frightened by a snake, I guess. I want to thank you very much.
Does my mask still frighten you?
Nothing in this West frightens me. Everything astounds me. But that's not the point. I must get to Fort Picacho tonight.
Well, Miss Edwards, why is it necessary to reach the fort tonight?
To prevent a murder, that's why. A cold-blooded murder. Oh, you're West. You're stupid, blundering, brutal West.
Would you mind telling me about it? I may be able to help.
The Marshal of Panamint. He'll be shot down tomorrow, killed by a gang of outlaws unless something is done. I must get to the fort and call out the troops.
Well, getting to the fort wouldn't help. You see, the troops can't interfere in a purely civil matter.
Civil matter? Criminal matter, you mean? Oh, you men. You're all alike. Talk, talk, talk. Can't somebody do something?
Get your hands up. Straight. Are you all right, sir, honey? I followed your trail as fast as I could.
Of course I'm all right, Roy. This man saved my life.
This outlaw, you mean?
Believe me, I'm not an outlaw.
Look, I'm Marshal of Panamint. I only believe what I see. Now, take off that mask.
You drop gun.
It's all right, Tonto. He's a friend. See, Marshal, this mask is on the side of the law. It's helped others. Maybe it can help you. Suppose you tell me what happened.
I reckon I got no choice.
Go ahead, Roy. Tell him. Let him see how idiotic a town full of men can be when they set their minds to it.
Well, mister, I only been marshal less than a year. I got my badge about the time Sarah here came out from Boston to teach school.
I engaged to teach children. Had I known the whole town needed educating, I would have stayed home.
Panama was a law-abiding town before Joe Hunsaker moved in.
I'm coming to that. I arrested one of Big Joe's men last Saturday night, a gunslinger named Sonora Kid.
Him bad medicine.
Plenty bad. I threw him in jail. He's there now waiting trial.
What's the matter with that, Marshal?
Just this. This creature, this Big Joe, whatever his name is, sent word into town that if the Sonora Kid is not turned loose by noon tomorrow, he'll come and get him. And if Roy stands in his way, that'll just be too bad for him.
Well, certainly Roy's not alone. He must have the townspeople behind him.
Too far behind him, if you ask me. Just let me tell you what the good citizens of Panama did to meet this challenge. I know.
Order! Order! Quiet now. Charlie Matthews has the floor to give us a businessman's point of view.
Judge, folks, let's face this calm and sensible. Big Joe means what he says. He'll ride into town tomorrow, his gunmen with him, and they'll take the Sonora Kid out of town to do it. So I say, let's beat him to it. Let's let the kid go now and save our property. And maybe some lives.
Now, just a minute. I listened to all the guff I'm going to. You back down now. You let Big Joe know you're scared. And him and his gang will move in on you sure as shooting, and I mean shooting. Why, he'll take your property and your lives, too, if you as much as let out a squawk. I say let's call him. I say the kid goes to trial.
Order! Order! Quiet. Cal Ames has been trying for 10 minutes now to get a word in. Yes, Cal.
I know how you feel, boys. As banker and Wells Fargo agent, I've got more to lose than most of you. But I'm on Roy's side. Marshal Bell is the law. And if he says he can deal with Big Joe Hunsaker, I say let him deal with him. Besides, Roy's no slouch with a gun.
I got a good chance.
Chance? What kind of a chance has an honest man got against a gunslinger that makes a business of killing? Justice isn't a matter of chance. It's a matter of right and wrong.
And you don't decide that by who draws the fastest gun. Just leave it to chance often enough, and there won't be anyone left but thieves and murderers. All the honest men will be dead, shot down in one vast, insane shooting gallery. But they wouldn't listen. And you were the worst of the lot.
Did you suggest anything to do about the situation, Miss Edwards?
I surely did. It's as simple as ABC. When Big Joe rides into town tomorrow, let every man that owns a gun take cover. Then from the windows and the doors, shoot him down like the mad dog he is. Kill him before he kills anyone else.
You mean bushwhacking?
From hiding, without even giving him a chance to draw. I told her it would be cold-blooded murder, even against Big Joe.
It would be nothing of the kind. It would be execution. Pure and simple. The execution of a known killer.
Roy isn't an executioner, Miss Edwards. He's a marshal. And a marshal can't shoot a man down in cold blood.
Then what's your solution?
I want you and Roy to go back to Panamint.
Back to Panamint? And let Roy face that killer alone?
I promise you, Roy will not face Big Joe alone.
Look, stranger, I don't need any nursing. Thanks just the same. Big Joe don't scare me. Now, come on, honey.
Don't honey me. Go on and get yourself killed if you want to. I don't care. Why did I have to let myself in for this? Why did I have to fall in love with an infant? All spunk and no brains.
Oh, now, honey, you...
Oh, Roy.
Scratch like wildcat, purr like kitten. Me think him have two women in one.
She'll scratch to save him, purr to please him. He's a lucky man, Tonto. We've got to see to it that Big Joe doesn't change his luck. Come on. I'm sure of it. And equally sure he's the key to the whole situation. We've got to find out who he is. Come on. You follow the creek. We'll meet back here later.
Come on, Injun, let's go.
I hope nothing goes wrong, Joe. What could go wrong, Cal? This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Get in the house.
What are you doing here, Injun?
Caught him sneaking up the canyon.
What are you doing here, I said? Who sent you?
You know, Brad, I think this poor fella's got something stuck in his throat. Take him over yonder and see if Tom can get it out.
Now, mind, you don't have to kill that marshal, Joe. Just lay him up till we're through.
Fella gets used to shooting straight. Ain't so easy to aim crooked, Cal. Just you leave it to me. When's that big gold shipment due in?
Early next week, maybe Wednesday. No later.
Perfect. Couldn't be better. Bye, Cal.
Joe.
You better talk, Injun, while you've still got a face to talk with. This is your last chance, Injun. Spell it. You hot yet, Tom?
Plum white.
I talk. Now, who sent you?
Tonto. Now, Brad?
Kemo Sabe. Kemo Sabe. What do you say? What's it mean?
Some Indian lingo. How about it, Brad? Now?
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, you're getting closer. Come on.
Back in, Tonto. We've got to find out what Big Joe is up to. Set up a camp. Hide the horses as far back as you can.
May do that, Kemo Sabe.
Right.
You fellas was plumb tuckered out. Getting ready to go Betty by. Me, I couldn't go to sleep. I got to wondering. How come we didn't see nobody where them shots come from? Well, sir, I went to look. Here's what I found.
Silver bullet. The Lone Ranger. If he's mixed up in this, it changes everything. We won't ride into town tomorrow.
Of course we're riding in. When we get another chance to stop that meddling buzzard for good and all. Tom, when we ride in, I want you to pay attention to nothing else. Just plug him. Just him, you understand?
It'll be a pleasure, boss.
Time to explain. Big Joe's riding in at 10 o'clock.
Where's Roy?
I don't know. This room faces south, doesn't it?
Yes, why?
I just wanted to make sure.
Now what?
Don't let anyone in. Don't make a sound.
Sarah, honey, you there?
I don't know why I'm...
You won't regret it. Now listen carefully on what you're to do. Many lives may depend.
like he'd been sent for.
Big Joe's riding in. I seen him crossing the dry wash at Avery's.
From Avery's? Well, they should get here about 10.
Where is Roy anyway? If he's left us in the lurch, he should be run out of town.
All right, all right. But I just don't believe old Roy's yellow dog, but that's all.
Me neither.
Roy's got something up his sleeve, you'll see.
He'd better have.
Anybody seen Sarah, Miss Edwards, this morning?
Marshal Bell. Instead of worrying about a young lady who's probably safe in her room, you'd better give a little thought to your duty.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
There are precisely 8 minutes of time.
How come you're so sure of that?
Why, everybody knows, Roy. Big Joe's outfit passed Avery's 5 minutes ago.
All right, he comes, I'll handle him. I'll handle him. But you all listen here. This isn't only my fight. He's riding against the town. I'm no army. I want some deputies. Well, come on. I got a pocket full of badges. Who'll pin them on?
Well, I would, Roy, but I'm a family man.
Me too, Roy. I just can't risk it.
Give me a badge.
Down at Brownie's.
They got to pass here to get to the jail. Now, John.
Yes, Roy?
You stand here. Open the door when I tell you to. Leave it open, but stay out of sight.
Right.
Mr. Ames, wait till I go down the steps, then come out on the porch. Keep your hand close to your gun, but don't draw. Understand?
I understand. I know what to do.
They're here.
Now, John.
Hold it, Marshal. Don't try to draw. Everybody be quiet and there'll be no bloodshed. You, out in the street.
Me? You mean me?
There's a law against carrying guns in this town.
No, tell me about it.
You heard what I said? I'm coming for yours.
You hear that, boys? He's coming for my guns. Never mind. I'll handle this myself. Don't nobody mix in.
I'm not going to let him do it.
Oh, better you stay inside.
But it's not his job.
Him help you.
I still don't know how he did it. Took Big Joe with his own guns.
He was helped, darling.
Helped?
From on high.
On high? What do you mean?
Tell you later.
Well, can't you even tell me his name?
Well, they call him the Lone Ranger.
Hail Silver!